footbridge across the Oswegatchie River, leading to little and big shallow ponds and points beyond. Sitting in the lean-to in the rain. Somebody tried to burn some huge logs in the fire pit. That didn't work out too well for them. We're at the big shallow pond lean-to in the Five Ponds Wilderness area. Somebody made a second fire pit over here. I think it was for cooking. An advantage of a lean-to is you have some place to immediately get out of the weather. You have a dry floor and a place to hang things so that they can dry out. The disadvantage is you need to bring a mosquito net for bugs, and depending on how clean people have kept it, you may have deer mice and red squirrels or chipmunks visiting you in the night in the lean-to looking for treats and food that people have left behind. And you see your view here is basically to the southwest, out through these small hemlocks down the length of the pond. Prevailing wind should come pretty much across the pond and into the lean-to. Sunset's going to come over the esker that's off to the right of the lean-to as you're looking at the water. The pond out in front of the lean-to is shallow. The bottom is strewn with boulders. You have to be very careful not to stub your toes or trip or fall. Bill up there reports that there were no critters in there with him last night. Soggy wet boots from hiking in. Somebody made a nice toggle so you can hang your pack up. The trail to the privy is just to the right of the lean-to. It's fairly open. You shouldn't get too wet walking up here on a dewy morning or a rainy day. It is an outhouse style privy. The toilet seat lid is not, the hinge is not connected, so that will fall off when you take it off. It looks as if somebody left some toilet paper that the rodents destroyed. To the right of the lean-to, as you look forward, there's the beginning of an esker that runs between the ponds here. It is a very steep and probably somewhat dangerous bushwhack to drop off the esker on the north side down to reach Big Five Lake. Lots of moss around the campsite, lots of ferns. I should say the lean-to site, a lean-to site. Ground here is fairly well drained. It rained a lot yesterday, and although it's moist and spongy, there aren't any puddles or mud holes. So your sunrise is going to be more or less behind the lean-to off to the east, so you won't have bright morning sun coming straight into the lean-to. You will have afternoon sun on the lean-to. There is a pretty good canopy, provides some shade, but the afternoon sun coming in will warm up the lean-to, shines on the roof and the areas around it. There's some good places for a bear hang. These old trees have some nice stout horizontal branches that are quite high up. Lots of little teeny sticks that you could use for kindling. If you get off in the woods, in the hemlock stands around the lean-to, you should be able to find plenty of dead and down wood to use for a fire. There are no other campsites or lean-tos on the pond, so this should be a quiet site.